of you all to come and visit me. Come on. Come on in. How are you today? You're fine. Boy, I can't hear anybody. How are you today? Oh, glad to hear that. I'm very glad to hear that. Do you all know how to play Flopsy Flop? You do? Are you sure you do? Why don't you move up this way a little bit so you can play Flopsy Flop? No, not towards me. That way, up towards the sign. Look at me. Put your hands up in the air. Oh, now you're all bunched together. Move down a little bit for me. Move down a little bit for me. Can you play Flopsy? Can you play Flopsy at your house? Let me see you Flopsy your fingers. Flopsy your hands. There. Let me hear you sing it. Here we go. Let's Flopsy our fingers. Let's Flopsy our hands. Let's Flopsy our arms like rubber bands. Let's Flopsy our heads. Let our legs Flopsy too. Like Flopsy Flop ragdolls, I'll flop down with you. I flopped to the ground. Did you flop down? Flop down.
I flopped down slowly.
You flopped down slowly. Very good. I'm very glad to hear that because that way you don't hurt yourself. You don't hurt yourself. You want to try it again?
Yeah.
All right, everybody stand up for me. Stand up. Put your hands up. Let me see you wiggle your fingers. You ready? Let me hear you sing at your house. Let's Flopsy our fingers. Let's Flopsy our hands. Let's Flopsy our arms like rubber bands. Let's Flopsy our heads. Let our legs Flopsy too. Like Flopsy Flop ragdolls, I'll flop down with you. I flopped down on my side. Fortunately, I flopped down slowly so I didn't hurt my hip.
Mommy,
Yes,
I jumped down.
You jumped down. Well, you didn't hurt yourself, did you? You didn't? You know what? Why don't you all stay here for a second? Everybody sit down on the ground and look up here because did you ever wonder why they make pottery on a wheel? Have you ever wondered that?
Yeah.
Let's find out how come. Look up here. Do you see it?
How come they make pottery on a wheel?
A potter's wheel is really a tiny table that goes round and round. The potter puts a lump of clay in the center of this whirling table, makes a hole in it, and draws up the side of his pot like this. He can make thick walls or thin. He can make them go in or out. Doesn't that look easy?
Nothing to it. Romper and friends will return after these messages.
Just a kiss of golden honey on those little golden grahams. A kiss of golden honey makes you smile and want to say, tastes like honey graham crackers, crispy, crunchy all the way. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a golden grahams day.
Tastes like crisp little honey graham crackers.
Made to stay crispy and crunchy in milk. Part of this good, nutritious breakfast.
Just a kiss of golden honey makes you smile and want to say, oh yeah, it's gonna be a golden grahams day.
Charmkins, Charmkins, they love hanging around. The nicest thing about Charmkins is their jewelry. Put 'em on in school mornings, take 'em with you round town.
Now you can take them with you in the Charmkins jewelry case.
You've got brown-eyed Susan, too. She's pretty. Charmkins, Charmkins, they love hanging around. Charmkins smell so nice.
Charmkins charms, accessories, and jewelry case. Sold separately from Hasbro.
Introducing My Little Pony Stick and Lift.
You can stick a little pony over here or over there. You can put a little flower in the little pony's hair. You can lift your little pony up and stick her down again. Underneath the apple tree or right beside a friend. Stick and lift him up, stick him down. Stick and lift, shift him all around. Stick and lift is lots of fun. Make it different, get your till the day is done.
My Little Pony, Charmkins and the Chipmunks. Stick and Lift, part of the action world of Presto Magics.
We now return to Romper and Friends.
I have a question for you, friends. Now, I don't want you to answer this question today. I want you to ask a grown-up at your house, maybe an older brother or sister, somebody who you think you might know the answer to this question. But first, you've got to hear the question. Joshua, over here. You have to hear you can't, if you don't look at me, you won't know the question. Now, you listen very carefully so you can ask the grown-up at your house. First, can anyone tell me what this is?
Rainbow.
A rainbow. Can you ask a grown-up at your house to tell you what a rainbow is? What is a rainbow? What makes a rainbow? You go home and you ask the grown-up at your house, or an older brother or sister, or a grandma or grandpa, or somebody you think might know the answer to that question. And tomorrow, and friends at home, you ask someone at your house. Tomorrow, we'll ask that very same question again and find out what the answer is. So what's the question?
Rainbow.
What about the rainbow? What makes a rainbow? So you find that out and tell me tomorrow. Yes, Versha? You know it already. We'll wait until tomorrow to tell me, all right? Can you do that?
I know the way.
You do too. We'll wait till tomorrow to tell me. What does this look like? But what about all the colors?
Different kind of colors.
Looks like a rainbow, doesn't it? Do you think you could come over here while we play this game? There you go. Purple what? Purple scarf what?
Blue.
Purple scarf, please. May I please have the purple scarf? Would be delightful if I heard that.
I have a blue scarf.
Blue scarf, please. There you go. There's the purple. Oh! Uh-oh, we have two pinks. You want red? There's red. There's pink. Which one, Dana? There you go. Very good, Joshua. I love it when I hear thank yous. Yes. You're quite welcome, Dustin. Is that what you want us to do, Angela? Squish it into a little tiny ball? Can you do that at your house? Ask a grown-up if you can use a scarf. Squish it into a little tiny ball. Now what do we do with it? Should we count to 3 first?
4.
Count to 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, this time if you want, Joshua, we'll count to 7. All right, squish it into a tiny ball. All right, this time we'll count to 7. Squish it into a ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10. All right. Squish it into a tiny little ball. Squish it as small as you can get it so you can't even see it. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can you count backwards from 10 and say blast off? Yes. Well, all right, let's count backwards from 10 and say blast off, and then we'll throw it on our heads.
Count to 1.
Now we're going to count backwards from 10. You ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Just like a rocket. All right, but make sure your face still shows so you can breathe, because you should never put anything over your face. There, it's on the back of my head. Make sure you can breathe. I know that you can see through these scars, but you should never put anything over your head because you will have trouble breathing. You don't want that to happen. Can you spin it in a circle and make it pretty? Make it look really pretty in the air. Isn't that pretty colors? They look very pretty. Well, you know, while we're showing these pretty colors, don't go away at your house, because when we come back to Romper Room, we'll have a lot more fun. Find out what happens to King Midas.
Romper Room and Friends will return after these messages. Oh, look at that funny guy, Super Mr. Potato Head. You can make a funny potato head with Super Mr. Potato Head. Shake hands, Mr. Potato Head. Get eyes and ears and funny noses. Hands you can bend in so many poses. You can even make a Mrs. Potato with Super Mr. Potato Head. I like you, you funny guy.
Super Mr. Potato Head from Hasbro Preschool.
Sonny, no, you won't. Go, go, go.
I won't go for my favorite cereal. Delicious, munchy, crunchy, chocolatey Cocoa Puffs. They're part of this good, nutritious breakfast.
Oh, Sonny.
I won't go.
How about some Puff Puff Cocoa Puffs?
I won't.
Chocolate-tasting Cocoa Puffs. Munchy, crunchy, chocolatey.
Cuckoo! Cocoa Puffs! Yahoo! I cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs! I'm under their spell.
You know what happens when a house catches on fire? It fills with suffocating smoke. But luckily, every room in your house has a crawlway about knee-high where the air is good. So by crawling, not running, out of a smoke-filled room, you breathe the good air down here and not the bad smoke up there. So remember, if there's a fire, use that crawlway. It's the best way out of a hot situation.
We now return to Romper and Friends.
Friends at home, sometimes we play beanbag toss in Romper Room, and we use our plaster baskets. Well, today I would like to make a box. What does that say? Beanbag toss. And this is a box that I covered with construction paper, and you can do this at your house. Ask a grown-up to save you a box, cover it with construction paper. That's the part you can do. Put construction paper on it, tape, take your magic markers, and you could draw anything you like on it. You could draw a flower. How about a flower with a face? See? Not today. You can cover it any way you want. Then you have to get the grown-up to help you, because what kind of scissors are these? Big scissors. These are ones that our friends don't use, right? Yeah. Why don't you use these? What does this have on the end of it? A point, and you might hurt yourself. So you get the grown-up to help you, and the grown-up will cut a square or a rectangle in the top of the box. The other reason you need a grown-up to help you is because it's very, very difficult. Ugh. I'm getting there, though. Then I have to turn the corner. Now, what I may have to do here is cut a little triangle this way, and then I'll cut around the corner later. Yep. Further I get, the easier it is. I'm going to turn the corner again. Ah, some of our construction paper came off. Cut straight across. And then I'll make one more cut. I'm getting there. It's not a very good rectangle, though, is it? There you go. Then what you need to do is make sure that the edge is set. And then, well, it's just empty. It's empty. Then you could take a marker if you wanted and color around the edge so it looks a little pretty. You know, actually, it would be better if you had some tape. If you had some tape, you could tape around the... Look what I did. I got yellow marker on my hand. Boy, am I glad that's washable. You could put some masking tape around the edge, just like this. What do you think? Do you think we should get some tape? Yeah. All right. Voila, tape. Take some masking tape and put it around the edge so that the edge is smooth. Now, doesn't that look a little better? Yeah. Sure does. Make sure you make the edges smooth so it looks a little better. Cut that one off. That's too long. You can even tape it in there. Hang on a second. Nothing in there. It's empty. Put a little tape there. Why don't you all stand up and get into a line so that you can play this Gotta move back a little bit. Move back a couple feet. A little further. A little further. I'll do this other edge while you get in line. Why don't you move up this way a little bit? You're going to throw the bean bags in here. Move up a little more, and everybody get behind Angela. That's it. Oh, as soon as I finish this, there's a bean bag for you, Angela. Come on, you got to move back a little further than that. Got to make this a little difficult. There. That looks a little better, doesn't it? I'll put this over here. All right, what do you say? Do you think you can get the beanbag in the hole?
Yeah.
Oh, not quite far enough. Oh, too far, not me. Here. I'm going to... Oh, try and throw it not quite as far. Oh, almost. Give it one more shot. Bingo! There you go. Let's let Dana try. There you go, Dana. Oh, not quite far enough. See, you could get a grown-up to help you make this at your house, so when we play beanbag toss, you can play with us. Oh, a little bit further. Bingo! There you go. 2 points. Good for you. All right, Versha. Watch the hole. That's good. Watch the hole and aim. Throw it up a little bit higher. Oh, almost. Oh, just a little bit further. Good catch. Bingo! You did it. All right, Dustin. There you go. Whoops, almost. A little bit over to this way. Almost. My hand almost knocked it in. Ah, a little far that time, not quite as far. Oh, not quite as far. One more time, not as hard. Look at that hole. Put it right in there. Oh, almost. Hurry up, try one more time. Bingo! There you go. All right, Joshua, give it a try. First time. All right, try it again and move back a little bit further. Oh, almost, not quite as far. Oh, almost just a little bit to the right. You've got good aim. Bingo! All right, now what I'm going to do is put the rest of these in here, put the scissors in here, the tape in here, the rectangle, stand up if I can, and walk over here with me, please. Because I'd like to find out what happens to King Midas, wouldn't you? Everything King Midas touched turned to gold, just like my hands. The side of that box had yellow on it, and then my hands turned to gold. Look at that, see? Just like King Midas. Now, where was... Oh, he couldn't eat, remember? He couldn't eat because the fish was turning to gold. And when we left him, what was he doing? Poor thing. Poor King Midas was very unhappy. Princess Marigold heard her father, and she came into his room. Poor Daddy, said Marigold. Please don't cry. She ran to her father. She held out her arms. King